All right. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We are live. And with me, we have a group of talented YouTubers who are in the financial education space. And what we'll do is we'll start off with some introductions. So we'll go clockwise and we'll start off with Steve since he's on the top of my screen. So we'll go with Steve, Leroy, Cheryl, Nora, and then Michael. And then from there on, we'll start off with some questions. So Steve, if you want to take this away and tell us what you do.
Sure, guys. So my name's Steve, and my channel's called Disruptive Wealth Creation. And basically, I look at growth stocks. I tend to take a lot of advice from people like Kaye Wood on the growth side of things, and then I also look at people on the crypto side because I love that as well. Although I'm not an expert on it, but I like to sort of watch Michael Saylor because I'm a great fan of his. So mainly sort of disruptive stocks that sort of go up and down very quickly, because for me it's all about the opportunity of making a quick fast buck, but obviously still looking long term. And also I have some ethics, which if you look at my last video you'll see that I tend to sort of go for more renewables and stuff like that. So that's just a quick taster of what I'm about.
Awesome. Leroy.
Yeah, my channel is 40 and broke. So basically what I do is finances and talk about how to get out of debt. And I've been investing. So I just want to show people that you're not held back by your past. I've had stuff in my past that's, a lot of people would use it as a crutch. And I'm just like, I'm not going to let it hold me back. So I'm trying to show people that you can go from nothing and work your way up. So I do a little bit of investing. Unlike Steve, I get most of my stock tips from people like Invest for Tomorrow with Kaye or Nora the Stock Explorer, my drunk uncle. So, but yeah, that's about it. Mostly just finances, getting out of debt, stuff like that.
Awesome. Hey, Cheryl from Modest Millennial.
Yeah, of course. Hey, thanks so much, Kay. So, hey, this is Shariel from Modest Millennial. On my channel, we talk about everything money that they don't teach you in school. So, of course, just like 40 and broke, stuff in the past that put me on this journey towards, getting financially independent. So, on my channel, we talk about pretty much everything finance, starting from, getting out of debt to achieving financial independence, retiring early. And we also, well, when I say we, sometimes me and my wife, we both jump in and talk about fire. And, I personally just do videos on, just the economy in general and, inflation and when the next stock market crash is going to happen. So that's what I do. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Cheryl, just to let you know that at least I personally really enjoy watching your that off relaxed mood, and you're having that video with your wife and the dog. It's fun to watch that. Just you run it in the background, you keep listening, and you do your
Yeah.
stuff. It's perfect.
Right. Yep. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Nora, you're up.
All right, guys. So my channel's called The Stock Explorer. I started out doing company overviews. I picked some companies that I wanted to feature and just do like a fundamental analysis of the company. And then I started a $100 a week challenge where I build a portfolio in January of putting $100 in each week. And so I've been updating on that. But most recently, I've been doing some short videos. So like I'll go to the store, I'll get a product and say, hey, this is, this bag of chips is made by Lay's. Lay's is owned by Pepsi. This is Pepsi's stock is at this price. Is this something you would invest in? And then try the product. Make it fun. Not everybody is an experienced investor. They like to add a little fun to it. So I've been trying to do more of those. And then I also love to live stream so that I can talk to my friends out here. That has been the best part, connecting with new YouTubers. I like especially helping brand new YouTubers kind of get their name out there. So, yep, it's just evolving as I go, and I'm trying to make it fun. And that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nora. Michael, you're up.
Hey guys, my name is Michael. The channel is called basically financial investing because I basically just did myself everywhere between stocks, crypto, sports, real estate. So I kind of just make money from every direction. But I'm really trying to focus more into the real estate sector right now because if you guys watched my video with Finance ABCs, right now our project is almost approved, and I'm gonna start vlogging, our development projects from the ground up. So if anyone's interested in like just overall real estate investing, they can see what actually goes on. Because I think a huge problem is that, people watch HGTV and they think that's how it goes, and it's basically 0% accurate, right? It just never happens like that. So I'm going to show everyone like the actual behind the scenes, like what goes on, the actual like day in the life of doing that, and at the same time while still making videos about like stocks in the mornings, things like that. So I just kind of go everywhere. That's what I'm about.
Awesome. And then we have Dread who joined us. Thank you so much for joining, Dread.
Hey, what's up?
So we are just doing introductions. So why don't you tell us about your channel, and then we'll ask some quick fire questions from each of us.
Sure. So, hi guys, my name is Dread De Jesus, and my channel is pretty much the same thing. It's my name, but I also added kind of like personal finance and debt journey, because right now I create content mostly to document my journey in paying off my student loans, and I dabble some investing as well, in the crypto space as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And my channel, I started off with FIRE movement because that's what the journey I'm on. I guess most of us are in that same boat.
Right.
But eventually I kind of started specializing more into what I enjoy more. So I actually do more stock analysis. I do options trading. So my channel is getting more specialized into that. So Nora and I, we share a lot of common stocks that we love, like Palantir and AMC and some of the other stocks. And with Steve, it's more on about Tesla versus Apple and other stocks. So we have our own challenges and differences. And with Michael, it's just learning, and with Leroy, we are all supporting the journey. I love watching Sheryl's Modest Millennial, especially when he is having those relaxed chats with his wife and the dog. It's fun. And Dread, of course, looking at your journey is always fun to see. How eventually you will see, like in 5-10 years, man, you will be a completely at a different spot. I'm telling you. Okay, so Steve, should we start off with our quick fire questions? So what we'll do is this time is Nora, we'll start off with you. We'll go through the room like this. The format is, we'll ask some quick fire questions from you.
Okay.
And then we'll do the same thing with others. So the first question, Nora, for you is generally, how long do you spend making your videos?
I actually make them rather quickly, and most of the time I do them in one take. So it's however long the video is, and then I'll edit the beginning and end, so there's no, weird stuff on the ends. And then sometimes I'll put a little effects or words, but honestly, I don't spend a lot of time actually editing the videos. I would like to roll into that. I think that's direction I'd like to go, but for now, I just keep it simple.
And so
yeah.
do you use live more often? That's why, because it takes less editing?
That is a plus. I go live for a couple reasons. I do coffee chat, so of course, we're having our coffee, we're chatting. I like to do that, but as far as video editing, I don't have any of the Adobe products as of yet, but I do plan to get those. So I do have a background in some graphic art, so I will do just fine with it when I do roll into it. But for right now, I just kind of keep it simple, and people don't seem to mind. I mean, they're sort of focusing on what I'm saying, hopefully, and not so much the editing aspect of it. But I know YouTube loves all of that, so that is the direction I'm going to have to head, to take it to the next level.
Awesome. And we have Jonathan joining as well. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No, it's amazing. So why don't you quickly give us your introduction about who you are, what your channel does, and then we'll go back to the quick fire questions.
Okay, yeah, my channel, it's a lot of randomness right now, but it mostly does focuses on investing and saving money and, building that financial life that you want to have in the future. Pretty simply, I just got into finance from a young age. I've been involved in it. I've been involved in trying to save as much money as possible. Now, recently, as I've joined the professional world, I've been trying to invest as much money as possible. And yeah, pretty simple.
Awesome. Great. All right. So going back to Sheryl, how long do you take to make your videos?
It depends. So when I started off with YouTube probably about 8 months ago now, I used to take anywhere from 10 to 12 hours for one video, just like where Nora is planning on going, right? So scripting the video, just, keeping in mind what I'm going to talk about, then, talking about it to camera, about. what I'm talking about, and then spending a good chunk of 4 to 5 hours just editing the whole thing and adding special effects and videos and stuff. What I found was doing that, I wasn't really getting any better audience retention than I get with the sort of videos I do now, where I just jump in front of the camera, talk about what I think about the economy, what I think about inflation, what I think about market crash, and on the other side with our Fire podcast, we basically just write down bullet points and then talk in front of the camera, and I'm basically just switching between camera angles. So that takes about a couple of hours. So there's a shorter format of editing I've seen. Um, it gives me pretty much the same amount of audience retention and watch time as a longer, how should I say, longer investment in editing a video took. So I just keep doing that for a while. So no, I just had if you're planning on going in the editing and working the video the way you want it to be direction, keep it, try it out. But just from my standpoint, it hasn't really given me any better outcome than what I do now does. So
Awesome. Michael, how about you?
Probably about like 30 minutes to make 2 videos per week, because my brother and I kind of have a system. So I know he's not in a lot of the videos, but his sleep schedule is actually the exact opposite of mine. Like, he wakes up at 2 and goes to sleep like at 5 a.m. So I make and film the content, do the titles real quick, and I send it off to him. And then while I'm sleeping, he works on them. And so it's like we can get it done within a day for a couple of videos. So real short.
That's amazing. Leroy, how about you?
Usually it doesn't take that long. I started out, I was just doing one takes because I didn't have any editing software or anything. But so now I'll just do the video, and then I'll sit down, and maybe 20 minutes or so, I'll edit out just the ahs, the pauses, stuff like that, just to make it flow better. So I can have a video out in maybe from the time I film to be done editing with everything, maybe an hour. So
that's amazing. And how about you, Dread?
Oh, okay. For me, yeah, usually it takes quite a long time for me, unlike you guys. So for me, because my system is more of like I have to do it twice. So I have my own blog. So whenever I create a video, it's also on my blog too. So I script first, and then after that, that's when I create my videos. So if I were to, scripting usually takes me about 30 minutes. And then when I try to shoot the video, depending on the length of the video, could take about 30 minutes as well, or even maybe an hour if I have like a lot of mistakes. And I'm not naturally an English speaker, so I still have some stutters, a lot of those ums and repetitions. So sometimes the thoughts do not kind of flow at all. So I have to repeat those as well, because I don't really, I don't like the way I sound on camera sometimes. So that's why I had to repeat myself. And when it comes to editing, that's when it takes a lot more time as well. But now I've been better at it. Usually it takes me about an hour to edit everything, try to do, all the production stuff and like that. So if I put everything together, probably within a day. But if I get busy, then yeah, probably 2 or 3 days.
Trust me, I'm in the same boat as you. Jonathan, what about you?
So usually the hardest part about making a video for me is actually coming up with the ideal. After the ideals came up with, it maybe takes like 5 hours to plan it, film it, edit it, get it out there.
Oh, not bad. How about you, Steve?
Well, with me being retired, I've got a little bit more time on my hands. But it usually takes me 2 days to do the video, 1 day to do the research and 1 day to do the editing. So what I'll do is I'll usually choose a topic, and the topic tends to be something that's quite hot or something that a lot of people are talking about. So what I'll do is I'll watch lots of videos of other people, see what they're saying, then I'll kind of fact check it if I can, and then I get a feel for what it's going to be, what the title's going to be, what it's going to be all about. But the one thing I also try and do is I try not to have a video longer than between 5 to 10 minutes. And if there's any repetition, because what I do is I do a lot of editing, if there's any repetition, I will cut the repetition out, because I don't like repeating myself. And what I've also now starting to do, and maybe this will come in later, when we ask about how we can, improve and things like that, is what I try and do is I try and say the things I want to say in different ways. So sometimes it'll be in speech, sometimes it'll be in pictures, and sometimes it'll be a clip of a video. So I try and sort of break it up, because I think people, they don't watch videos for too long. They get sort of, they get bored very quickly. So I try and keep it going, keep the momentum. So 2 days, 1 day to research and the second day to edit.
Yeah. I think in my case, it's pretty similar as well. Generally, if I'm doing an analysis on a company which I follow, it's faster for me because I pretty much know what do I need to present. If it's a completely new company, I have never heard of it. Like I remember I did an analysis on Wale. So I was not familiar with that company. So it took me a long. So like for that company, it took me like 2 to 3 days of research. Generally, I don't write script nowadays that much. Before I used to write, line by line, and I would like, memorize a line, and then I would record it, then memorize the next line, record it. It would take me like forever. And editing used to be like a 10, 12 hour for me. But now editing is like maybe 2 hours max on any video. And that's max now. And it's mostly the other things like, building the thumbnail and all that takes. So about, I would say similar as Steve, at least 1 day for scripting and 1 day for shooting and editing, if I have the whole day basically available. Awesome. So now I know some of you already mentioned how many videos, but generally, what are the number of videos you make a week or a month? What is your plan, or like how have you been doing? So we'll start off this time with Steve in the opposite order.
Fine. So I do 2 videos a week. I do one on a Tuesday and one on a Saturday. But I don't have a definite time of when those videos go out. And the reason I do that is because if I do a good video, which is getting a lot of momentum and getting a lot of views, then I want them to keep coming and coming and coming. Because I don't know why, I seem to think that as soon as I bring my next one out, then the last one drops. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Maybe you guys know, but I say it's 2 a week. It's 2 a week, okay?
2 a week. How about you, Leroy?
I try to do 2 a week also. I was just doing them whenever I could, but now I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to be more intentional with everything. So I've been doing Friday, I try to do a finance check-in. And then Tuesday, I try to do the Road to 1 Million challenge that I just started. And then on Thursdays, if I'm feeling up to it or whatever, I try to do one of those Thursday Thunder shorts where it's just a little bit of motivation to make you want to go to work. So that's about it.
How about you, Michael?
Simple guy. 2 videos per week, every Monday, Thursday. That's it. My schedule. Real simple.
Nora?
I would say a minimum of 2. There have been weeks I've done 3. Right now I'm in school full time, so it's going to be my Friday live stream, the morning coffee chat, and then one other video, which will either be a short or it'll be a company feat that I feature.
Sharel?
Yeah, sure. So I started off with 2 videos a week, one on a Wednesday, one on a Sunday, with a lot of editing, and that burned me out pretty fast. So now with my less editing and not less planning per se, but mostly less editing, where I'm just speaking in front of the camera and cutting out the ums and ahs and uploading the video. It takes me to make a video. So I'm able to make 3 videos a week. So I do a Tuesday. I try to do either a Thursday or a Friday for my Reddit Fire reaction, and then Sundays are podcast regarding Fire.
Yeah. Dread?
Okay, well, for me, I don't have like it's more like every 4 days at least, or maybe 3, maybe even 4. But I kind of like teeter between those ranges, so it usually falls like 1 or 2 every week.
Jonathan?
The goal is to always do 2 a week. The past month I haven't really been doing that, but yeah, usually 2 a week. I aim for Monday and Thursday. Sometimes the Thursday video might not come out till Friday, Saturday because, life. And yeah.
I started off with 1, and I did that for a good, I guess, 4 months or so. So 1 video a week. That's all I could handle. I think then I increased it to 2. I think now I have the capacity to do 3 videos a week. So I generally don't have a specific day, but generally I post it on Mondays. That's 1. and I try to get the second one out on Wednesday. And the third one, sometimes it's a Friday, sometimes it's a Saturday, depending upon, maybe I slack during the week, work takes over, and then you just want to not work on YouTube anymore. Okay, cool. The next question is very fun. Is which are your most popular and least popular videos? And this will be an open. Why don't anyone take, whoever wants to go first with this one?
Okay, I'll start. I'll start.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so I think one of my most popular videos was probably like from 3 years ago. I don't know why, but I guess it kind of is relevant because like when I did that video, it was about online business versus traditional business. So it was 3 years ago, and I had really no clue. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I don't know. I don't remember anymore. It was probably the very first video in my channel, but it was just really talking about the difference between them and why online businesses were actually better. And it was, my face wasn't even there. It was just a slideshow presentation that I made in Canva, and then I talk like I was if a robot. So to me it did not make sense because, and then after that it kind of died down, and then now I ended up like having my most popular video recently is like my experience with Cake DeFi, because that's what I was kind of like experimenting with. And then after that, the least popular video that I've had probably was something about student loans. Basically, the one thing that I'm actually documenting is the least popular one. So you kind of like see like where people's attention is. So, and that's pretty much my goal anyway, to try out as much content that I can and learn what actually works. And from there, kind of like work from that.
Awesome. Who wants to go next?
I can go next if you don't mind. So my real estate videos tend to do really well. One of my real estate videos that I initially posted early on in the year did close to 1,000 views. And that just came from this video being pushed out to a larger audience. Recently, though, I think my financial independence videos are being pushed out even more. So our very first podcast with me and my wife on it regarding FIRE and how frugal living can help you achieve FIRE. That got pushed out really well, and that's probably my top performing video at the moment. The videos that tend to perform the least are probably the ones that I spend most time editing, and the ones that feel that, hey, this is the best video I've ever made, and this is gonna do really well. Doesn't go anywhere. Probably gets like 60, 70 views, and it dies off. So I don't know why it is, but the videos that that I feel hey, this is just another video, this is gonna do okay, tends to perform the best. And the video I spend time editing on, it doesn't do really well. So I guess YouTube knows the amount of effort I'm putting in and wants to challenge me. So
Isn't that the story of life, right?
I know, right? Everybody has the same exact thing going on.
Who wants to take next?
I'll go next. I think the best performing one I've had lately was the short, that positive mindset short that I just did last week. That last I seen had like, I don't know, like almost 600 views. I think some of my other shorts have done really good, but as for the longer videos, some of my newer Finance Fridays have really been picking up, which I figured maybe that road to 1 million would do better, but the Finance Fridays I think gets more views. And as for my least popular one would be some of my older ones. One that really surprised me was the how to get a raise at work. I thought that would do better, and I think it's only got like 11 views. So last I looked at it, I'm like, hey, this is going to be a good one. How to get a raise at work. So, but I think I'm going to go back and repurpose it and put like tags and stuff like that in it. See if that helps. So.
Yeah, I think that definitely helps. If you go back to your old videos and you kind of change the thumbnails, add some description, I guess something triggers at YouTube side and they probably like start fresh. All right, who wants to go next? We got Michael, Jonathan, Nora left.
I can go next. To no surprise, my most popular video is one called AMC 2K. So it was an AMC video. It was 7 months ago, and it was just hot. The algorithm pushed it out, and That got me the most views on the channel. And my least popular is probably one of my first Friday coffee chat live chats, simply because people didn't know I came on live Friday. As I go, I'm getting more and more people to jump in. The last one I did actually, it did well. I got a lot of people to hop on and chat on there. So, yep.
Awesome.
All right, I guess I'll go after. So for my least viewed videos, probably one from the beginning. I think we all look back at our first videos and like kind of cringe at like our content. Like, wow, what were we thinking? It's so awful, and then we improve it, right? So yeah, mine's the very beginning, and then for my most popular one, it's almost similar to kind of Nora. What happened was so my brother and I, we joined TikTok in April. And that's like when Doge was just booming, right? So we made a video about Doge and Shiba Inu, and we had about, no joke, about 100,000 views within a month.
Oh,
and so
sweet.
we made that TikTok video. If you go on our channel, it's like me reacting to TikToks. We figured let's just do a TikTok thing and see what happens. And then out of nowhere, it just kind of boomed. So that was our most popular one. And then the reason why we didn't make another one though is that we realized while we were on TikTok, we saw that the audiences are very different, and we didn't want most people being like 6-year-olds watching the channel. Our videos about TikTok. So yeah, that's kind of why we stopped that. But yeah, that's our most popular one, the TikTok one.
Jonathan?
Yeah, for me, overall, the best video I had was the bankroll coffee video.
Yeah,
that was
of
that was
course.
a good one.
No surprise.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so I remember most people got their coffee that Monday, and that Monday night I actually stayed up the whole night and filmed that video. So I had to call out of work the next day because I was just way too tired.
Wow.
The dedication
worth it.
there,
Yeah.
No, but that was amazing. That video was amazing. You really took the initiative. I think nobody else had it at that point of time. I think I only saw the first one. I got it from you. I saw the bankroll coffee review.
Yeah, I think the next video I saw came out maybe later that day, like around like the time Graham normally posts. Yeah. Recently though, my best videos have actually been my market update videos, which I'm surprised about because I literally use the same exact thumbnail and the same tags every single video.
Market update.
They're videos that like I don't put any effort into whatsoever, but they do very well, so I'll take it. And then my worst videos, when I first started YouTube, I would make like these really niche videos. Like I think I made one called like the payroll tax cut, and I was just talking about like the best way to use it. But since that only applies to like federal employees, which is like 800,000 people, there was not really a broad audience for it. So it didn't do that well, and I'm not surprised it didn't.
Steve?
Well, I think for me, the one topic I love more than anything else is Tesla. But every time I do a Tesla video, I don't get a lot of views. And I think it's because, to be honest with you, I don't have much to give because everybody else has said it already. So it's just another Tesla video. And there's so much competition out there. But I do enjoy them, even though maybe nobody else does. So they're the ones that don't do too well. The ones that I've been surprised about, and the ones that I do also enjoy doing, is robotics. Robotics seems to do a lot. Well, people are fascinated about the future, about how these robots going to take the world over, what's going on. So in fact, my next one's going to be on robotics. It's going to be on robotics and food. So I'm hoping that's a good one as well. So that's me.
Awesome. I think in my case, on my channel as a total view, I think my first video is still probably not first, the second video where I talked about the 5 principles of Warren Buffett. That's how every financial YouTuber generally starts off, right? That probably did the most in terms of the total views. But recently I'm noticing that I'm getting a lot of views on like, it's more like stocks. Like, if you pick the right stock, which I guess it resonates with people, they watch more often. The worst performing video is, of course, when I do something more, I guess, useful. Just the same, as you guys have said, right? The more time you put on a particular video, the less views it gets. The less time I put on a particular video, more views it gets. So I'm confused on what works. So I'm just going with the flow at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually like I think there's this thing with for social media, right? Because I run a social media agency, and one of the things that usually people do is kind of like this thing called news hacking, right? So basically, it's just like take an article that a lot of people are reading right now and just create a video out of it. That's it. It could be as stupid as you just reacting to it, or just like really add some value more to it, you know. And from there, people are actually like snowball like the results, because I know like I've seen like some people do that, you know, like there's this guy I think that he was talking about this sports no, it was soccer. Okay, they were talking about this guy that moved to another team, and then they were talking about the economics of it. So it was a very big thing because like the jerseys for that person sold out within the first day, and then after that and then he wasn't even like that the team that he moved into wasn't even that big yet. But then when he moved in, they sold his jersey, and then it was like sold out in just like one day. And then that person's video got like probably like thousands or hundred thousands of views.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, he was just simply news hacking.
So news hacking definitely works. I have noticed that as well. I mean, if let's say, there's a AMC news which comes out, and if you follow all the AMC YouTubers, you will see pretty much the same news is being repeated by
Exactly.
all YouTubers.
And for some reason YouTube loves it, you know, like
Yeah, nowadays every single YouTuber, I mean, I don't want to say anything, but Shiba Inu is the next news hack, right? Everybody's on Shiba Inu.
right. That's true. There's like more other stuff, especially with crypto as well. You
Yeah,
know?
Well,
nobody.
as long
I don't see anything on Cardano. Nobody talks about it.
Right.
Bitcoin.
Good ones.
Nobody's talking about it. Ethereum. Nobody talks about it nowadays. There are
Ryan.
other projects. Anyway, so the next one is I think it's more of again, it's an open forum. Anybody can jump in. So when you are working on YouTube, how much time do you generally spend on other people's video? Now I know that Steve, you mentioned that you generally watch other people's video to
Sure.
get some ideas, research. How about others? Go ahead, open forum.
Yeah, I mean, I like to obviously watch videos of the people that I've subscribed to. So I will go through a lot of their videos. Actually, I said to Kaye before we started that I've actually got a list of every single person that's ever commented on every single video that I've made. And there's about 500 people, but there's no way on earth I could go and say hi to all those 500 people
Yeah.
and say, please come back to my channel. Do you remember me from 2 months ago? Come and give me a like or something. It's not going to happen. But no, what I do is I'll look at the video, and if it's something I'm really interested in, I'll watch it from end to end. If it's something I'm maybe not too interested in, then I might watch the first 2 or 3 minutes and then maybe watch the summary at the end and see what sort of resolution they come up with. And then, of course, if these are guys, whoever they are, supporting my channel, then I support their channel. They give me a comment, I give them a comment. And I mean, I like to sort of think I've got a core of people which I have, and I will religiously, no matter what, I will always comment on their videos. I will always like their videos. I will always support them. There are other people that kind of drift in and drift out. And I've got a note of those people on my list as well. So that's how I do it. That's me. Okay.
I'm all day. I've got a watch later list. As soon as it pops up on my screen as a notification, I put it in the watch later list. My watch later list is probably 150 videos, and I'm 2 days behind on people's videos. But usually if somebody pops up, I will jump right to it. Like a lot of the people on here, I'll jump on right onto their videos if I see one from Michael or Nora, Steve, Kaye, Jonathan, Dred. You guys, I've been trying to jump onto yours quick also. And there's a handful of like cash stuff. I really got into the cash stuffing videos because I mean that community they are loyal. They're everywhere, and plus it helps me do better on mine. But yeah, I'm a truck driver, so I can just hit play, plug the phone into my radio, and just go. So.
All right, who wants to go next?
I kind of do the same thing as Leroy. I really just listen to the videos and actually physical watch it, because we all have our own jobs and stuff, and like we're all trying to make money, make a living. So it's like I probably subscribe to about 100 people. If I had to sit there and watch all the videos, I mean, that'd be like 30 hours trying to subscribe in a day, So, but what I usually do is I usually just put my computer on full blast, and then while I'm doing something, I listen to it, pay attention to the video, and then I make sure I try my best to write like at least a meaningful comment. And even if like my brain is
Yeah.
dead for the night and I can't think of anything, I'll just try to at least write something, right, to help promote the video. But that's what I do. I try to just maximize the time. I really just put the computer on full blast, listen to the video while I'm like washing dishes or something, and then I just come back, write the comment, hit the next one, and do it over and over again. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Nora, why don't you tell us, what do you do?
So lately I've been popping on some of the grow shows, like the small YouTuber community grow shows, like Commander Vlogs and there's Tuber Chat. If you get on there, they help you promote your video, and you actually make some new friends, some other new YouTube friends on there. So I've been participating in that, and that's gotten me some more subscribers. But I'm getting to the point where I just can't watch everybody, so I try to prioritize the new YouTubers that are trying to make it to 1,000, that do need the watch hours to get to that milestone. Like everybody here, I will definitely try to put you guys higher on the priority list. But as far as exposure, I've been trying to hit the grow shows, and it's actually working to some extent. And I've found a couple interesting channels that way as well. Also, guys, if you put all your videos, as you know, on a playlist, you can just play everybody's playlist. They call it playlist buddies, where I'll play your playlist, you play my playlist, and we get that watch time that we need. So that's something I try to do here and there. I'll just run somebody's entire playlist. I know Leroy has done that for me, and if anybody needs me to run your playlist, just hit me up.
Not to
Awesome.
jump in, but I do that at night while I'm sleeping.
Oh
I just
yeah.
turn my phone down, turn the light down, put it upside down, and just press play on the playlist and go to sleep. I've got unlimited data, so it don't matter to me.
And
Yeah.
Nora, I think you also mentioned this in one of your videos. You talked about this in one of your videos. I remember.
Yeah, I try to get on like Commander Vlogs, and he'll feature my channel, and every so often somebody will say, "Hey, yeah, I trade stocks. I have crypto. Let me check you out," And then some people are like, "I don't know nothing about that. That's not something I'm interested in," which is fine. It's still fun to chat with them. I try to support like the different gamer channels, but I just simply can't go to everybody's page now because I'm just too busy with school and stuff like that. But I mean, I do try.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Cheryl, what about you?
Yeah, so me and my wife, we tag team between the two of us because we're also getting to the point where we have subscribers and then people are subscribed to us, and we try to, be in the community where if somebody's watching our video and commenting and liking it, we'll return the favor. But again, it's to the point where cannot really watch everybody's video. So, between me and her, she'll watch some videos, I'll watch some videos, and give the watch time, and at the same time we'll try and engage in the comment section and like the video, of course. But there's other bigger YouTubers like Andre, Jake, and sometimes Graham, not always, but I watch their videos for more inspiration. In terms of how they're making their video, why they are getting the sort of attention from the audience that they're getting, and what I can learn from the video to make my videos better. Then I watch Meet Kevin's videos to just understand the economy and take inspiration from that for my videos. Because a lot of times what happens is I have all the information, but I'm sometimes not able to piece it together. But then I watch Meet Kevin's video, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I should have figured that out. And then I use some of that some of that terminology and some of that understanding in putting together my video about a similar topic. So yeah, between the two, I think I spend a lot of time on YouTube, more than I should really, just watching videos. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like everybody, life gets in the way because we are also working full-time jobs, and we have a very small baby at this point, so it's really hard to just keep up with the whole thing. So, but we do as much as possible. So yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Jonathan, how about you?
For me, most of the time, I usually try to watch like everyone who comments on my videos. I try to watch their videos and comment back. Sometimes I am in a pinch for time, so kind of like some of the other people here, I'll watch like a couple minutes and try to leave like a try to leave a good quality comment, and then I'll just usually leave the video running in a tab at like 2x speed or something like that. A lot of times it's very kind of fire drill, so it's like next video, next video, next video, next video. Usually throughout work, I'll usually listen to some of the bigger YouTubers and watch their stuff and kind of some of their editing skills. And I usually try to expand outside of personal finance. So I'll even watch some lifestyle vloggers like Kelly Stamps, Shelby Church. I guess she is technically still personal finance, but she kind of isn't.
Yeah,
She's a little bit more lifestyle.
yeah.
Yeah, so I try to watch their stuff because usually the vloggers have some pretty interesting editing tricks that they do. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Dread, I guess you're on the last one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So almost the same with Jonathan. Anyone who comments on my videos, usually I comment back on their new videos as well. That kind of just like the reciprocation kind of thing, and I try to also like as much as I can, everybody on my subscription list that I see there, especially with like when you see like the small blue dot like on the side that they got new stuff now that's out. So I check those out, and by some reason, like YouTube doesn't actually tell you to remove that blue dot, even if you've watched their latest video and already. So I ended up watching their video again, you know. So, but it's totally okay because that helps everybody here anyway with their watch hours. And like Jonathan, I have them run at 2 times speed because I can't. Luckily though, I have another PC with me, so while that's running, I'm working on the other end. So,
Okay.
So it doesn't really, it doesn't take that much time, but when you have to like understand what the other person is saying in their videos, that's where it kind of like takes more. So you have to spend a lot of like energy as well just to like comprehend what they're saying, especially when it's at 2 times speed. And and then it really helps us well watching other YouTubers channels because like you get some ideas as well for your next video, and like what Jonathan said, kind of like getting some ideas with the way they're editing. And one of the things that I really changed up as well was like the way I edit my videos. Like there are some specific parts where instead of me like being in the camera, it's literally just like text. It's like my words on there on like a white background on black font, black coloring letters. So that way you can literally see what I'm talking about, and it gets your attention at least.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. I think in my case, what I generally do is I dedicate about like 2 hours in the evening, probably nighttime, like after 11 or so, and the all the I think all the small YouTubers who I subscribe to, I basically have them on all notifications. So anytime they make a video, it pops up. And what I'm doing, I'm actually switching off all notifications from the larger YouTubers because I can always go and search them. Their videos will always pop up on the side.
Okay.
And
that makes sense too because like I feel like small YouTubers are more creative than the bigger YouTubers.
Yeah, and I to be honest, I'll be very honest. Like Meet Kevin, what is his name? Graham Stephan, Andrejik. They used to be good. I used to follow Andrejik more. Now it's like I just don't enjoy his content. It's not like giving me any stimulation. It's like I like his editing. He's a great guy in editing. Meet Kevin's editing is amazing. I think among the four, I like Jeremy the most, but he keeps pushing his Voyager
Tattoo
stocks.
Chef. I can't
Tattoo
take
Chef.
it anymore.
Yeah, it's
like really.
You gotta
Tattoo
move on,
Chef
man.
again.
Yeah. So I actually look at some other YouTubers who are more in the trading space. So this guy is in the options trading. So I watch his stock videos more. I think somebody has the video on. If you want to switch it off a little bit, we are getting a lot of background static feedback. Anyone has the? Maybe it's my. Okay, cool. All right, so let's switch on to the next one. This is a very interesting question, and Steve, do you want to talk about the question about who disagrees with your video?
Right. Well, if I watch a video, for example, like one of my subscribers, he loves Ford cars. He thinks Ford are absolutely brilliant, that they're going to be the trailblazer. Now, I could, if I wanted to, I could probably write him 1,000 words or give him 30 reasons why Tesla's better. But he's put a lot of time, a lot of effort into making this video. I don't want to upset him. And to be honest with you, I only do this because I had a conversation with Nora about this, and she says, do not upset people. They spend a lot of time on their videos, whether they're right or wrong. Okay, just don't upset them. So I thought, right, I'm not going to upset anybody. So if you want to know which ones I don't like, it's the ones when I put on the comment, a very interesting video. They're the ones that I completely disagree with and I hate, okay? But otherwise, I will give a real comment, which is good.
Very interesting.
So that's me, okay?
So what about you guys? What do you guys do when you don't agree with the content, or what do you guys do?
Well, for me, usually, like, you know how what they say when you don't have something nice to say, just don't say it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
for me,
just
like,
skip it.
obviously, like, I still want to help the other person because, like, it's YouTube. We're trying to grow our channels. We're trying to grow this, So I still like what Steve does. Like, I say something nice enough to, that it doesn't create some sort of friction with the other person, but it's still there. I support you. It's your opinion, so you go ahead.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. I know one thing I've learned about YouTube is that it's usually better to stay on the positive side of things. Kind of like you have the people who are talking bad about like all these different momentum stocks and they got chewed out by their fan base. So typically it's usually just best to stay on the positive side because people are very finicky about their feelings on YouTube. Typically with me, if I don't agree with a video, I'll say I don't agree, but I'll say I can respect their opinion and I can respect them having that viewpoint. I know the other day I was watching a video. I forgot what that YouTuber's name is, but she made a video talking about how Enron is a better investment than Tesla, and I didn't even want to go down that route. So it's just there you go.
So can I just jump in quickly there? And I just want to say something. And that was when me, Kaye, and Manos, we did a video together. And I remember in one of those videos, Manos challenged me and basically said I wasn't saying something correct. And then because I was doing this video, I could have easily edited it, but I didn't. I left it in, and Jonathan was kind enough to stick up for me. So I just want to say thank you, Jonathan, for sticking up for me in one of my videos.
Michael, what about you? What do you do if you don't agree with anything?
I'm the same as Steve. I kind of I'll put something like very interesting or like thanks for sharing. I just don't say anything at all.
Thanks for sharing.
But I've had this habit because when I'm on the videos on the like watching someone's video I disagree with, I've had it in the comments section where someone just a couple of, like irritating haters, like those people are, and they write something that's completely false. I just say, thank you for your opinion. That's it, Even though you don't want to go down that route, it just makes you look bad. So yeah, just stay out of it. Just kind of ignore it and whatever. Not my problem, So.
Leroy, what about you, man?
My first instinct is to argue. I love debating, so I just want to be like, this is why you're wrong, and this is why I'm right. You're just wrong. You're wrong, but you don't want to alienate your base, and it's something that you say I don't agree with. I can always just turn the video off, so I don't have to sit there and argue with you. I've got way too many videos to watch to argue with people. But like if it's something like something that I don't agree with somebody that I normally watch, I'm very good at being vague. I learned that in prison. You can be real vague. I can still sound like it's a compliment, but I'm just being real vague and I'm skirting around what I really think about the subject. So without coming out and just being a complete you suck, you know.
So you don't like pull up your truck and start commenting, right? Commenting back and arguing. You're just sitting on the shoulders for like
Yeah.
commenting on
Yeah. I'm like, hold on, one hand. You are wrong.
right?
Get in my lane.
Sharel, Nora, who wants to go next? Who wants to tackle this
I
question?
can go next real quick since I was talking. So I don't necessarily get as much hate because I'm not like you guys. I'm not picking particular stocks and just not picking the other one like Tesla and Ford. I'm not not a chooser, right? But most of my videos are like personal finance related. There's only so much wrong you can say in personal finance because it's pretty much the same same formula just repeated years after years. What a lot of stuff I do get is a ton of spammers sometimes. So especially my cryptocurrency related videos like Bitcoin, especially. I'll post a video like an hour. I'll get 40, 50 spammers just watching my video for like a couple seconds. Just ruining my attention, and then just commenting something about,
Retention.
hey, I found this, say Elton John's, Telegram, and he's been really helpful with helping me make money with cryptocurrency. And then somebody else comments on it saying, "Oh, you got Elton John? I'm a firm believer of that guy." And, that just keeps
Yeah,
going
those are
on.
like chain comments. Like you'll
Yeah.
get one, and then you'll have like 50 or 60 comments below it.
Yeah, and that absolutely ruins my audience. So you will stop pushing my video out, and this comments are just sitting there, not bringing in any value to me, and I just have to go back and report each one of them as spam. So that's probably the most hate I get. I don't really get very many dislikes on my video, or my videos are not super controversial ever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the spammers are probably the worst portion of my comment section.
I don't know. I can recommend something if I don't know. You guys may be already using it. If I think what you can do is you can download the YouTube Studio on your phone if you don't have it already. And as soon as you get a comment, especially these spam comments, just quickly go in the comment section and just delete the main report spam as the first one, and then it deletes all the subsequent child comments as well.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll try that. Yeah.
A good
Yeah, so
trick.
that's one thing I track. If I post something and if I get a comment specifically these spammers, I report them right away as soon as possible, and then your audience retention continues. If otherwise, if you leave it open for 2 weeks, nobody's gonna watch your video.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I'll have to try that next for the.
Nora, how about you?
I do try to get rid of those little tiny links that they put. Like they'll put a word and then a little link. Like I'll try to report those. Bing, bing, bing. I'll get them out of there. But I don't get too many. I'll get like one, maybe two. And as far as if somebody makes a video I don't agree on, I don't argue on people's videos because I want to maintain my reputation as being positive. So I'll either not comment or I'll say, hey, I agree with most of what you're saying, but I would buy this stock instead or something like that. But not like, oh, you're wrong or, this is garbage or anything like that. I don't say anything negative really on other
Can I add
people's.
something to that too?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's pretty interesting because if we sometimes like what you can do as well, like if you don't agree with them, like one of the things that I do is like I ask them a question. Okay, it's like I don't agree with this specific point. Like, okay, like what do you think about blah blah blah? Like the point that I have, just so that I can get his or her opinion of it. That way, like we're having a more civil conversation. So at least that way I start to understand what the person is trying to say as well, because sometimes whatever they say in the video doesn't really make sense to you. So at least that way in the comment section, people can actually see it too. You both get engagement and whatnot.
Yeah, I think what I have at least learned from my conversation in corporate life and other aspects, right and wrong really depends on which side you're standing on, right? So like sometimes Steve and I, we get into this chat about Apple versus Tesla, right? it's a so one of the videos he made about the app Tesla phone, I did not agree to that, but I provided my own feedback on why I think that, I don't think that works. Now whether it will happen or not, nobody can predict. It's a game, it's a guess, right? And sometimes, I do get these comments, specifically, let's say Virgin Galactic. People are dishing out on Virgin Galactic, they are dishing out on Blue Origin, but end of the day is like, what my perspective is my perspective. Like, I look at a world from my perspective, and maybe you are right. So I want to see your perspective. So I generally don't argue with people. You have your own opinion, you can keep it your opinion. I'll continue making my videos. Feel free to join, feel free to watch. Don't want to watch, go ahead, watch somebody else. But I don't get into us, back to back, tick for tick tat. I don't want to get into that. Maintain civil conversation, that's always the case. And as you guys said, maintain positivity. There is no need for negativity. We have enough out in the world. Let's not make this as a boxing match here. Cool. I think so. We have another interesting question now. One of the questions was like, how do you plan to build more views, get more comments, and get more subscribers? What is your general strategy moving forward, since we are almost at the end of 2021 with about a month and a half left, and it's going to be a holiday season? People will be taking off. Not many people will watch YouTube as much, or maybe they will, who knows. What do you think? How do you see yourself, progressing in the next quarter, 2 quarters, and how you want to shape up your channel? And it's open, so whoever wants to go first.
I'll go then. So for me, general strategy would really be trying out a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of things, but more try of what I can do, because I'm very big on creating passive income. And one of the videos that I recently posted was like, I tried income apps, like passive income apps. And right now it's still even like getting views, like, at least like 10, 20 views at least every day. So that's like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. So like, at least for me, my general idea would just to try out different things, because that way people can actually see my experience and my view on how this particular thing is actually working out for me. And from there, kind of like just really promote more of my stuff, like wherever I can promote them, Facebook, something else like Instagram or anything like that, just to kind of like really grow out there. Because like, I think for a small content creator, it's more about like getting your name out there and creating this content, or like just one content that would really hook a lot of people. Because it's hard to create content that would go viral, expecting it to go viral, when you don't have the resources, you don't have the knowledge, nothing at all. You're basically all guessing. That's pretty much why I just document a lot of the things that I do, because I feel like at some point I'll get to know what I'll learn what content actually works for me.
Yeah, and Fred, I want to comment on what you just mentioned. I think it makes sense, as a small YouTuber, if something goes viral for you, it actually works against you in the long run, because you may or may not be able to replicate that success. If you take any song, right, those song from Gangnam Style, right, that guy Psy,
Right.
the Korean singer, right, he was never able to reproduce that viral. And the problem is, if anything goes viral, it is highly impossible for you to replicate that success, and it will always go downhill from there on, because you'll always compare. You're at the peak of Mount Everest. Now what do you do after that?
And it's a trap too, because like when you try to like look for the viral video that you had, you get stuck in that specific bubble. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because at least you learn. But if you let yourself or allow yourself to just stay on that viral lane, then that's it.
I mean, I don't know what can you do viral in a personal finance space, right? I mean, I really don't understand. I mean, vlogging, I can understand. Like Michael said, his TikTok reaction went viral. But like from a stock standpoint, I mean, I'm doing options. Other person is also doing options. Everybody's doing options. Nora is doing her options. Like, there's not much viral content you and I can create.
Right. Unless you news hack, right? That's it.
Unless you news hack. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in the personal finance space, it's really things like like for Meet Kevin, the one video that he had that went #1 trending, it was the EIDL payments and all of that. And that was a really hot topic back then because everyone was looking for free money. You know, even for me, I was talking about bankroll coffee. That obviously didn't go trending, but it did pretty well. I think it's you have to decide what kind of videos you're gonna make. Sometimes you're gonna make videos that get a lot of views and that do well, and are you gonna do videos that are true to yourself? And you kind of have to balance the two out when you're trying to grow a channel.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't necessarily just focus, oh, this has to go viral, this has to go viral, this has to go viral. It has to kind of be like this dance that you have to do.
No, I agree. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for us, I think it's more, just talking about what we enjoy, because for fire for us, it's more of a dream and more something we are both targeting, and that's something that eventually will happen if we continue on the path that we are on right now. So it's just more of speaking to the world about what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it, and not really expecting anything out of it. Um, what I've seen though is in the past when I was doing more personal finance videos where it was more about budgeting and you should be investing and you shouldn't be spending money and you should be living frugally versus when I'm doing financial independence videos now, I think financial independence has more of an audience for me. So it comes to the point where it's like you have a theme for your channel now, and I'm just going with that theme, and I'll keep doing that because I'm getting good good response from it. But at the same time, I love talking about the economy as well, and talking in terms of what me, Kevin, is doing on a larger scale, right? I just like understanding how the market's going and my response to it sort of. So I try those sort of videos on a smaller scale early on in the week, and then towards the end of the week, I stick to the financial independence theme, and I'll probably keep doing that for the better part of 2022.
Awesome. Who wants to go next? Leroy, why don't you take it?
Yeah, basically right now all I'm gonna try doing is, like I said earlier, was with that like Patrick Bet David, his strategy where name your year to motivate you. So like I said, 2022 is gonna be my year of intention, the year of the little things. So I want to follow through on all the little things that I say I'm gonna do. Like I'm going to do the little things with my YouTube channel with better thumbnails, maybe some better editing. I'm doing the intros, stuff like that instead of just one take, throw it up, no thumbnail, nothing like that. I'm looking into the tags. I'm looking into like the SEO optimization, vidIQ, stuff like that, and just try to go from there and see what it does for me. See if the little things help. The devil's in the details.
So let me ask a quick question before we jump to Michael. Anyone over here uses TubeBuddy or vidIQ like as a paid subscription?
Yes, oh, yeah.
Yep, I do.
And does it help you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and this is okay. Cool.
It really does. Like I think TubeBuddy has this like the tag feature thing. It really tracks like where you rank on your videos. So one of the things that I've tried to do as well is like one of the videos, like the Cake DeFi video that I had. I recently looked at the stats for it as well, the analytics, and I looked at the tags. And there in the tags, it had that the number or my rank. It literally showed like it was #1 or #7 or #10 or something. And that kind of like gives me an idea. It's like, okay, these tags work. Okay, let me add this one. Let me try adding this new tag again to to the same video. Let me see how it performs. And so far, it's been doing really well.
Now, is there a preference between which one is better, vidIQ versus TubeBuddy, or doesn't matter?
No, they tend to be both the same. They're very similar, but they are useful. I mean, you can find out, for example, what age group actually, watches your videos, whether it's male or female. So you could, if you wanted to, you could target your audience better and sort of get a feel for stuff like that. So while I'm on, I might as well give you my answer. So for me, for me, I think what I found is that you can't push things as much as you want to get there quicker. You just got to go with the flow. It's like an evolutionary process. You just. So I'm getting more and more confident. I mean, I know what my problems are. I mean, my problems are, first of all, I never smile, okay? And that's a psychological thing, because I'm thinking, if I'm talking about finance, I can't be laughing or joking because it's a serious matter. So I need to get over that. I need to smile more. The other thing is I read a script, so that's not natural. I know, but it's so I'm kind of learning. But as I say, as I get better, my editing's getting better. I mean, I can't believe I'm actually here now with the sort of 7 people, and we're doing this. I would never have thought that in a million years. I mean, on January the 1st last year, this year, that's when I started, and look where I am now. So, there's a lot of positives, but I think it's for me. I don't know about other guys, but for me, it takes time. You grow into it, and you learn, you get your confidence, and you watch other people, and you get better, even without realizing it. You get better. So that's my take on it.
One thing I will add to what Steve said is that because we're in the personal finance space, 400 subscribers is really like having 4,000 subscribers if we're in any other broad niche like beauty or login or anything like that.
Okay.
So like, because I mean, think about it. If David Dobrik has about 20 million subscribers, and he's kind of like the king of vlogging, Graham is considered the king of personal finance, and he has 3.5 million subscribers. So you kind of have to look at that from a relative standpoint, that it's very difficult to pick up subscribers in our niche.
Yeah.
And I do want to also add, it's like sometimes you look at these large YouTubers, right? And they are 1 million subscribers or even 100,000 subscribers. Look at the number of views they get versus the subscriber. Now, if you have 400 subscribers and you get 100 view on your video, that's a very good return on investment. That's a very good.
Yeah, because normally I think the conversion rate is like 10% is what I've seen for most bigger YouTubers out there. So if you are getting 100 views, that's more than the 10%, right? Because 10% would be 40, so you're pretty much getting double of that, which is I think not bad, right? So I think everybody gets caught up in the hey, it's a very long process, and why am I still sitting at 300 subscribers, or why am I still sitting at 400 subscribers? But it takes probably a couple of years, more, for a lot of people to just get get to the point where you can be monetized. There's exceptions, of course, like Michael here. He's been he's been on YouTube for less than a year, Michael, and you're still doing really good at it. So there's definitely exceptions, but I think for most people, I think it takes about a couple of years to achieve that target. So.
All right, Michael, I think that you are the one, you're left with that question. The question was, what is your strategy?
Basically, so I was talking about the data. We have like multiple strategies. The first one is trying to create like more consistent content with the vlog. So I already started working on that for the real estate stuff, so you guys can actually see it behind the scenes. And it'd be like a series like type TV show. So like it'd be like a sequence, and it kind of do a cliffhanger at the end, So it's like you have to come back and watch the next one. So it'd be like more like a realistic HGTV type thing, So hopefully that'll build a consistent fan base. Because I completely agree with Dread earlier. When you have that viral video, like we had, it's cool when it happened, like 3 days, but then now it's like it did really hurt our channel because I have 1,300 subs, but I mean most people just came for that one video and they don't watch anymore, So we're trying to build a more consistent fan base, and at the same time we're trying to recreate some of the content with Dread's strategy news hacking, because our other second popular video, the California one I had, was kind of a news hack type thing, and we're gonna kind of not go into politics, but kind of just dip our finger just a little bit, just enough to just kind of get more content that's just relatable to today's news, And so that's what we're focusing. But obviously, I don't want to go in that field whatsoever. And then we're also gonna join like Facebook groups. Like if you guys ever watch what's his name, Piece of the Pie with Ty.
Yeah.
He has a Facebook group now with content creators, so I'm gonna join that probably next week.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he had a Facebook group. He's good. He always comments on my videos. He's been pretty good.
So I mean, that's something you guys could join too. That'd be pretty cool for all in there,
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Yeah. So that's our strategy for next year.
Okay. I think from my standpoint, what I'm basically focusing now is kind of at least doing 3 videos a week. I think frequency matters as well, and then also little specializing even further into what I'm doing currently. So focusing more on the stocks, I think, because that's what I enjoy. If I enjoy something, I'll probably be able to sustain that further. And what I'm noticing is that as I'm building out the public portfolio, that is really getting the traction, because now I'm showing you results, right, live every month
Mm,
on how the portfolio is performing. And unlike some
yeah.
big YouTubers who can put thousands of dollars, I'm showing you that with 100 $200 over time, that portfolio will grow, as long as you do your research and you really work on that portfolio. So I think that is something which I'll continue focusing on next year, because I think that's really picking up. And that's also helping to identify more stocks, since my channel is going to focus more on the stock side and more on options. So I think for me it makes more sense to kind of start specializing further into it. um, and I think personally, considering the number of subscribers I have, I get decent views from a percentage standpoint. Of course, I don't want to get 20,000 views and then I don't get any other views the next few videos. Some videos do really bad. But that is the strategy, basically focus specializing further into what I'm doing and seeing how it plays out. Okay, so I know that we're a little bit over time, but I'm going to ask one last question from everyone. And since all of you have been, in a different stage of your YouTube journey, what is your advice to generally all the YouTubers? But let's start off with, first tell us, if you watch every other's channel, what do you think the other person, one of us, can improve? And then in general, what is your advice? And before we do that, if you all want to put yourself on mute, and I'll just pick one person and then speak, because we're getting a lot of static behind the scenes.
Did Nora say what she was doing in 2022?
Nora, did I miss you?
I didn't, but my goal is consistency. I think that's key. Just a slow and consistent growth, audience retention, and playing the algorithm as far as picking stocks that people are searching for. That is hugely important in YouTube. You have to kind of focus in on what people want. It's not always what you want to talk about. Actually, most of the time, it's not what you want to talk about. I've noticed Tesla is great, Palantir, some of the big, Shiba Inu is too, even though I'm not really focused in on that. But yeah, it does help to kind of hit on that. Not every video, but sometimes. So yeah. So I'll put on mute and you guys can move on to the next question.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with Nora. Like, for example, I'll tell you, I deliberately did not make any video on AMC because I don't want my channel to become AMC. I'm very big into AMC, but that's not something I would recommend to anybody. That's my personal risk taking I'm doing, but I would not recommend to any investor. So that's why I don't make videos on AMC. I steer away. I let the AMC YouTubers do their job. Okay, so why don't we start with Steve, since he's on the first on my screen. Steve, what is your advice to any of us, or in general small YouTubers around this channel, and how to grow further? How would you proceed?
Well, from my personal experience in terms of how many comments I get, how many views I get, I would say just keep in touch, keep commenting, keep sort of building relationships with other YouTubers. That's really all I can say. I mean, maybe, when I've got a few thousand, then maybe I won't be hitting on lots of people and spending lots of time, but who knows? It's a difficult one. But from where I am now, that's the only advice I can offer. My advice may change when I grow a bit more, but for the moment, for me, it's just communicating with other YouTubers as much as possible.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. Leroy?
Yeah, basically what Steve said. I did a video on that about how to grow your YouTube channel, and the one thing I noticed, like when I first started my YouTube channel, I just thought, hey, I'm going to get on here. I'm going to teach people how to budget. My videos are going to go to the moon and I can just sit back and collect a YouTube payday, And when I realized that you got to put the work in to get it, then that's when my channel actually started to grow, when I started going to other people's channels instead of just the big YouTubers and commenting on there, trying to get viewers from out of their comment section. But that's how I started, And after that, it's once I started engaging with the people that were engaging on my channel, then that's when I really started to grow. And that's all I got. That's really what I have is, same thing, engagement, and just everybody's here trying to help each other out, so that's the biggest thing.
Thank you, Leroy. Michael, what about you?
So I'm kind of same as Leroy. I first thought when I took Graham Stephan's YouTube course like probably a year ago now, and not to say like he made it, not to say like he lied or anything, and like I get a part of the course that you kind of have to make it. He gave good tips, but I thought it was definitely gonna be easier than what it really was, and it wasn't until like probably 3 or 4 months in I was like, man, I gotta start commenting and do something, right? So that's what I started doing, and I guess the best advice is you have to really enjoy what you're doing. My brother and I, we love making the videos regardless. And we actually have a second channel. We do like different types of videos. It's like, even if we weren't getting, the same amount of views or, collecting some money, like we would just make it because it's just so much fun. So I would say just don't do anything for the money, because even if when you do get monetized and or monetized on 2 channels, I'll tell you in the beginning, you don't make a lot of money. So it's like, if you just do it for the money, by the time you get to that level, I mean, you probably need at least like 50,000 subs or somewhere around there. So you just have to really love what you do, love the content, because if you just do it just for the money, you're going to half-ass it and it's just not going to come out good. So you just put full effort into it, and that's what will draw people in. That's what makes good content.
Awesome. Nora, how about you?
So yeah, I'm focused more on building up my community and connecting with other YouTubers. I'm keeping it fun. I'm kind of busy with school right now, so YouTube is not my focus until the beginning of next year. I won't be able to focus fully on my YouTube, but I want to manage the consistency of a Friday live stream, kind of keeping it consistent. So yeah, I agree with Michael. You can't focus on just 1,000 subs and the monetization, because it takes so much more than that past that 1,000 sub mark. So you want to enjoy the process so you don't get burned out as well. Keep it fun for yourself.
Thanks, Nora. Cheryl, you're up.
Yeah, sure. I guess same on the lines of everybody else here is that building a great community, keeping in touch with other YouTubers for sure. But I think one of the other things that really helped me out is just rewatching your older videos over and over and over again, as many times as possible, and learning from them and just improving just even a little bit from those videos for your next videos. So if I go back now and watch my first videos from like 6 or 7 months ago, I pretty much laugh at myself, thinking, how did I ever post this video, right? But 7 months ago when I first made that video, that was an accomplishment for me. So, I can definitely see that rewatching my older videos and trying to see how my dialogue delivery goes, trying to think about how else I could have edited that video better, and trying to think about what other thumbnails or thumbnail ideas or what other tag ideas would have worked better in those videos. I think that keeps you challenged, and that also helps you grow. So I think just improving little by little just with every single video is kind of the key to keep growing.
That's amazing, right? And how much you cringe, right, when you watch your first video? I always cringe when I watch my first video.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, Dread, you're up.
Okay. So my tip would be like kind of like advice, really. If you're new, like one of the things that you need to really think about is like what's your channel gonna be, So definitely pick an industry, like something like that. So for us, like it's like investing, like everything about money, right? So from there, you look for people that are big in your industry so that you can follow. From there, you look at their content, consume as much content as you can from them, so that what they actually do, what they post, what they how they say things, how they edit their videos and stuff like that. And then from there you just execute. No matter how much YouTube stuff that you watch, a lot of like those YouTubers that teach you how to do YouTube and stuff like that, it doesn't replace execution. So as long as you keep on doing as long as you keep on doing it, and you tweak based on the feedback that you get from other people, and connecting with other YouTubers as well, you're gonna grow. But from there, you tweak everything that you've seen so far, that you've experienced, because from there you'll learn what types of content that will work for your channel, what types of words that you need to say, things that you don't need to say, will definitely help you as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's amazing, Dred. Thank you so much. Jonathan?
Oops. Sorry there. I had to plug in my computer. I was about to die. Um, I could make probably like a 20-minute video going in depth about this topic. But I think the biggest like piece of advice I give anyone is the 80-20 principle. And on YouTube, I've noticed that works very well. Most of the stuff that you do is not going to really help you that much. And you kind of have to realize that, like, if you spend 30 minutes on a thumbnail normally, if you spend the extra 30 minutes, is that really going to make your thumbnail that much better? If you spend the extra hour planning out a video, does that really add that much more value to your video? So, and one thing for me is that I used to spend a lot of time planning my videos. Like I would spend like 3-4 evenings trying to plan out a video, and it honestly just burns you out. You're much better off doing as enough planning to be thorough, but not like over planning, and just going with the flow. Because I've noticed that those videos do way better than the ones that you try like plan out and spend like weeks trying to plan them out and everything. So
No, I agree with you on that point. I think from my perspective, I think I have, I would say this is how I am looking at it. And whoever wants to take a tip, you can feel free. I think what I have done is I have changed my mindset. I'm not looking at YouTube being a monetization tool, right? I'm now looking at from a standpoint, how can I become a better investor? And the best way to become a better investor is to teach people what you are doing. And when you're teaching others what you're doing, you start realizing how stupid you are and in terms of how many mistakes you make. So basically, I'm going to teach you from my mistakes what I do, and you can pick it up, right? And you can improve on that.
Like that.
And I'm noticing is that I'm personally getting better at how I invest, because now I'm focusing more on, because I have to present this information to a wider range of audience. I don't want to look like a fool on coming on YouTube. So what can I do better? So I'm putting more effort to become a better investor. If during the course of time my YouTube channel evolves, becomes big, and I monetize, good. If not, I'll continue this journey, and it's a marathon for me. I'm not looking at I'll turn around 1,000 subscribers by end of 1 year. I'm not going to put myself under any pressure, but I will put under myself under pressure in increasing my portfolio value. That is where my focus is. So my focus is not to grow YouTube. My focus is to become a better investor. So I think I've changed how I look at it, and it's like somebody mentioned snowball, right? It snowballs from there on. So that's my tip. And I think I agree with Jonathan. Look at your value. I mean, I used to do thumbnails back in the day. Now I don't really care. I have an idea, I put a thumbnail and move on with life. It's get to the point. Execution is the key, as Dred said, right? So I think this was amazing. Any closing thoughts from anyone? If not, then
No, I think I agree with you there, Kaye, because for me in the past few months, one of the very first videos I made was about a Roth IRA and why having a Roth IRA is important. And it was after making that video and after watching my own video that I opened my own Roth IRA, because I was like, this makes sense. Why don't I have a Roth IRA just yet, right? So, I agree to your point there that execution is the key, and you from what you are doing, and when you are teaching somebody about what you're doing, I think you learn more about the topic because you don't want to sound like a fool in front of them. So yeah, I do agree with you guys there.
all right. Any closing thoughts from anyone?
Nope. Good live stream.
Perfect. Well, I really want to say thank you so much to all of you that you took time off your busy weekend schedule. I know weekends are tough for everybody. They have plans, especially coming to the holiday. So I really appreciate this. And Steve, thank you so much for this great idea. We are building a community, and we look forward to doing more of these and keep learning from each other. I think that's the best thing we can do. So thank you so much for joining again. I'm going to stop the live, and whoever wants to stay after the live, we can have a little chat after that. Take care.
See you guys.